Hi, this is Netta. If you're new here, my whole goal for my channel is to help you build a wardrobe and a style that you love so that you look beautiful and feel confident every single day. Today's video, it's with the beautiful Ashley again, who you met in my first body type series video. We're going to be talking about the Fashion Fit Formula. The Fashion Fit Formula is a game-changing system that can give you your exact vertical measurements on your body so that you know where your clothes should end, how long your clothes should be. For those of us who are outside of a standard size range, whether you're petite or plus or tall, if you've got parts of your body that you want to downplay and other parts of your body that you want to play up, the Fashion Fit Formula is a real key when it comes to finding clothes that fit you properly and in a way that's going to bring out your body's personal best. So I hope that you see the changes and the dramatic difference that the Fashion Fit Formula can make as viewed on Ashley, and that you find this video interesting and helpful. Hello, I'm back with my friend Ashley. Ashley has kindly offered to let me illustrate the principles of the Fashion Fit Formula on her. Now, Ashley and I we have lots of similarities. We're both 5'3". I'm a little shorter than 5'3", but I like to say 5'3". You can seem a little shorter than Ashley. We both have size 8.5 feet. But as you can tell, and we both have an hourglass body type. But what's interesting is that there are so many different ways to be an hourglass, and there's so many different ways to be petite. So Ashley's petiteness is more in the lower half of her body, and she's got a longer torso. My petiteness is more in the upper half of my body. My one claim to fame is that when I was in college, I once wore a pair of Gap long jeans. I just have to say that for the record, because if the long jeans fit me, I don't know what the tall girls were wearing. It's just all I'm going to say. Okay, so using Ashley's Fashion Fit Formula measurements, we figured out that her ideal blazer length is 28 1/8 inches above the floor. Now, what's amazing is that the Fashion Fit Formula is accurate to within 1/8 of an inch. Like, that is it's so precise. And so, you know, you can fudge a little bit, you know, you can maybe go 1/2 inch one direction, 1/2 inch another direction, and really ask yourself, you know, with the pieces that you're altering, how important these pieces are to your wardrobe, how much use you get out of them. And I would say when you're incorporating something like a Fashion Fit Formula and using it to create a more flattering wardrobe, you want to think about starting with the pieces that are your go-tos. You want your jeans, your everyday tops, your everyday blazers, your suits, if you wear suits to work, to be spot on, because you're going to wear those the most often. And then you can eventually get to the other items, and you're going to start seeing the difference, and your eye's going to be trained so that you can spot the difference when you are wearing things that are outside of your Fashion Fit Formula. So the Fashion Fit Formula, a couple of the key points that you want to pay attention to is where your neckline needs to fall. That measurement is really, really critical, and a really key component of flattery. You're also going to look at the leg torso length here, which is where your leg bends here. That's another key component to flattery. So there are different zones that we look at with the Fashion Fit Formula where the flattery is really going to come into play. Now, again, with petites, that length of the jacket is critical. So this jacket is far below the 28 1/8 inch measurement. So I am going to measure. I'm going to show you where that hits. So if you can see, I'm going to turn this forward. The length of the jacket should really be here. So we would be cutting off like 2.5 inches. So I'm just going to pin, and Ashley, if you don't mind holding that for me for a minute, I'm just going to pin this up so you can see what the jacket will look like at your correct measurement. This is And now, if you face the camera and look straight on Ashley, you can see the difference in the length of this jacket. I think that that's a pretty remarkable difference. Like taking those couple inches up you can see that Ashley's legs look longer and the blazer is more in proportion to her body. Now, trends aside, like everyone is wearing things boxy and oversized, but the people that are wearing things really boxy and really oversized are 20 and they're 5'8" and they weigh 4 pounds. So yeah, maybe they can wear something really boxy and it looks cute on them. But the rest of us want our clothes to fit us well and to be flattering, right? So you can still get that boxy, oversized look on someone who is petite and still make it flattering, right? So we're still keeping the trend going, and this jacket fits her really well in all the right places. Like it fits well through the shoulder here. I love the definition it gives in the shoulder, and then it fits well through the waistline. So this is the way this jacket is supposed to fit. The only thing that was off about it was that it was a little bit long. So taking it up to the Fashion Fit formula length makes it so much more flattering. So that is one of the ways that the Fashion Fit formula can work for you. Another way that we're going to talk about is necklines. Okay, so in addition to length of tops and of jackets, the neckline and necklace point is a really critical component of flattery. Elongates your neck, it flatters your facial shape, your face shape. It can make your bust look bigger, smaller. It just has, there's so many, it makes you look longer, just so many details that come together when you get this point accurate. So for Ashley, her ideal measurement in her Fashion Fit formula is 3/4 of an inch below her breastbone point. So this is specific to Ashley. This is not a general, like I said, it's really, it's math. But if you can find that point here that we measured from, okay, it's that little nodule. Okay, so if we go 3/4 of an inch below that, so we'll say we're right there. So that will be an ideal place for a necklace to hit and for a neckline to hit on you, right there. So if we cheat this, as I hit myself in the face with the ruler, if we cheat this neckline, like this is the perfect spot for this neckline to hit. And ideally, you want your necklace and your neckline in the same spot. Okay. So her necklace could land right here in that spot. That's her perfect Fashion Fit formula neckline and necklace measurement. Okay? So the more that we struggle with flattery, the harder we find our bodies to dress, the harder it is for us to find flattering clothes, the more we need these principles. Again, if you're, I mean, they work for every woman, every size, every age, every height, all of the things. But if you're, 5'9" and 20 and a model, you might find that, and my thing is that nobody looks good in everything. Nobody, not a single, and I've dressed models for years for the covers of magazines. Nobody looks good in everything. But if you find yourself really, really easy to dress, you might not see the benefits. But trust me, no matter who you are, if you're tall and slim, if you're petite like we are, it is a game changer to know without a doubt and to have that number that tells you this is where the skirt should end for me. This is where a pair of shorts should end for me. This is where a jacket should hit or a shirt should hit. Really gives you the confidence to say, okay, let's alter it to that length. Let's make it perfect so that I put it on and I don't have to fuss with it. And I know it's going to work. Okay, so now next we're going to look at one of Ashley's skirts and see if we can tweak it to her Fashion Fit formula measurement. Okay, I'm back with beautiful Ashley, who looks good in everything. This is one of her skirts, and she was puzzled about the length of the skirt. Now, there are two lengths that you can wear a skirt at, right? You can wear it at street length. We're not going to take the midi length into account with this because this isn't really midi length. But with this skirt, we could do street length or we could do mini skirt length. Now, mini skirt does not mean like mini skirt, but it means a shorter skirt length, right? Which could really be appropriate for a casual skirt like this. So we're going to show Ashley both lengths and we'll kind of see what you like best, okay? So for a street length skirt, you want to wear it 17 inches above the floor. So again, I was talking to Ashley about this. I don't think I've said this yet to you guys, but one of the things I recommend doing is getting a yardstick like this, putting it on the floor and marking your measurements up and down the yardstick. That way you can say, oh, yeah, that skirt is the perfect length, or those shorts are a good length for me, or the blazer is a good length for me. So a yardstick marked up with your Fashion Fit Formula measurements is a really useful tool. So we're going to hold this and we're going to look at the 17-inch measurement for Ashley and see how she feels about that length. So 17 inches above the floor is exactly where your skirt is.
Okay.
Her skirt is exactly, I did not have to pin it. Now step back just a bit, if you don't mind, just one step back. So that is 17 inches above the floor. So I can confirm that that's a flattering street length for you. Now you might find that if you're wearing a more fitted or more structured skirt, you might like this length better. Maybe the reason you don't like this skirt, it's this skirt at this length. And maybe because it's a little bit more casual, we can try the shorter length and see if that works a little bit better. So we're going to try the next length up, which is the mini skirt length. We are going to skip the micro mini today. Maybe we'll just do that. There are shorter lengths, of course, but we're going to do the mini skirt length, which is 20 5/8 inches above the floor. So let's hold that up and so here we are at the 20 5/8 inch measurement if you want to, or very close to it. So I feel like this is a much more flattering length for this style skirt. Again, it's a knit skirt, it's a casual skirt. Pull-on style, if you wanted to go with like a more professional looking skirt, something you would wear to work or whatever, then you would want to stay with that street length. That's going to be a good like classic skirt length. But for a casual skirt length, I think this is a great length for you. This is also a great length for like a long Bermuda.
Okay.
So, you know, for a dress, so, you know, you've got multiple uses for those different spots on your body that are really flattering. So this is a good length for a dress, good length for long shorts, good length for like a coat, a shorter coat that comes above the knee. That it's a good length for that. Like if she's gonna wear a trench or something, that would be a great length for a trench. Great Florida coat, as I'm sure you know, and a great length for a casual skirt like this. So even like a cover-up dress, kind of like something like that. Like if you're trying to find a really flattering length, that's nice because it gives you coverage, but it's also showing off your beautiful legs, and it's not like you're drowning in, you know, too much fabric. And I really felt like the 17-inch length, which would be great for something more professional, did not work as well with this style. So you really want to take kind of function into account too, right? What are you doing in this? If you're wearing a casual skirt, you're going to want to wear it a little bit shorter maybe, or a little bit longer. Converse, like you could do a maxi, right? But that street length is more classic and a little bit dressier. So what do you think of this length?
Yes, I think it's perfect.
Yeah, right?
So sit down comfortably and...
Yeah, you're not fussing with it too much. You feel good in it. It's showing off the lower part of her leg, which is just beautiful. And so with, you know, a skirt like this, or with any item where you want your legs to appear longer, you want to pay attention to, and while I love these sandals, I will say that sandals like this are best worn with something quite short where your legs are already going to look longer. If you're wearing it with something like a midi or... you know, even a skirt at this length, you might find that because of the straps at the top of the foot, that your leg line is kind of cut off and it looks a little bit shorter. So you might want to try and experiment with that and see maybe a ballet flat, like the one that you've got here. You know, a shoe that shows the entire top of your foot is going to be more flattering because it's going to extend that leg line a little bit longer.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yes.
Well, I don't know about you, but I think Ashley was an amazing sport. She hung out with me for the better part of 2 hours, and we just had a great time together.